Yeah. It's that time again. Live in the kitchen. Got my Mr. Smoke up here.
Yo.
Before we have a chat to him, do the little favour out there, people. Spread the link. Spread the word. It's been a while. A little bit of time since we were last up here in the kitchen. So remind people about that. Get a link spread out there, please. Mr. Smoke, how you doing?
Good, Steg. Thanks for having me up, man.
Let's put the camera on you.
Nice to be back in your return to the sessions in the kitchen.
Back to cause mayhem.
Yeah, always.
Well, actually no, because I think it's kind of chill tonight, being a couple of chilled out cats like me and you.
Aye, we don't get we usually get to see each other, but we don't get much time to chat between stuff, don't we? And
I guess maybe the rappers are going to be a bit more in people's faces, so I'm quite relaxed about this interview tonight.
Good, me too. Feeling good, man.
Well, you shouldn't be relaxed.
Shit.
There's going to be some that's right. Some sketchy questions. So Tony, you've been about this hip hop game for a while now.
Yep.
You've been about music for a while now.
Yeah, I've been.
Speak about that. What was your earliest journey into music?
Started learning guitar back. Okay. I was about 13, 14, so it was kind of the journey started back then. We always enjoyed music and just kind of growing up, but that was at the time, the sort of 90s. There was a sort of an influx of music. It was all like the grunge scene was out, sort of Nirvana and stuff. And we were kind of growing up listening to that. Rage, there's not a lot of metal. There was like Cypress Hill was that kind of aspect to it as well. So I remember guitar was the first thing. My mate had his mum and dad had a band in the 70s. They had a studio in the house, so they were kind of gracious enough to let us touch their stuff.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so it was a big old 36 tack Scorpion desk, 8-track.
Whereabouts was this? Give a place to this, Tony.
This was Southside, back at Battlefield area.
Okay.
Going up there between Shawlands and sort of Battlefield, but down to Town Road. So that was like the first bits. We started doing guitar. And I remember them allowing us to touch things was enough, and getting on an 8-track and then R7 drum machine, which was in there. I remember learning to program that, and I was about 13.
Is that a Yamaha thing?
It was an old Roland.
No,
it might have been Yamaha. I think it was Roland actually. It was an R7 Roland, yeah.
Okay, I was going to say before my time, but isn't he?
No, that's the thing. No, not at all.
But before the time of laptop computers and software and stuff like that.
Yeah, this is before you had any digital stuff that we'd be using. That was the most digital thing, was that R7 drum machine, the old green screen. And it was just because we didn't have space for drums, so we'd play the bass guitars, vocals, and then make the drum track on that.
And what kind of music was this?
Crazy punk. Just actual punk. It was I think the first band we ever had was called Cheesy Faggots. Just as it was. You can't
even say that in 2018.
No, you can't. No,
man, you can't. You better say that again for the people.
Daft. It was. I think it was Cheesy Faggots, just because the whole aspect of like it's going to annoy someone. It's quite punk.
Okay, cool.
So it was sort of come through that punk kind of thing, and then going into metal, and.
See, I didn't know that. Right, I knew you came from a different background before you sort of got me involved in hip hop.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was punk. I didn't think it was metal.
Aye, well that was.
But now looking at your hairdo, I'm seeing it.
I know. I'm just coming back, man. I was just getting older, so I thought if I can grow it, I'm growing it. So, doing that, it was sort of punk, and then at that point when you were getting a bit older, you could start going to clubs.
Okay.
So folk were kind of going. The Archies was quite big at the time. It was before the Pressure Night started. So we were. All my mates started working with DJs. So they bought decks. It was old Sound Labs and things like that. But I didn't want to be a DJ. I wanted to make beats. Still, I wanted to be. I don't like being at the front. I like kind of being at the back. Because I had my hair long, played bass, drums, like to be at the back. Never a singer.
Okay.
And we ended up getting some Roland equipment, 303s, 505s.
Oh, nice.
101s, and we kind of built up for that aspect, and then started learning MIDI. My mate Gary Hamilton, and we started doing like techno nights.
Okay.
So we were doing a lot of techno at the Black Lock raves and Pussy Power stuff. You might remember.
Yeah, man. I definitely remember the Black Lock raves. I remember being to one of them.
The Crossbar, where the Berkeley Suite is now.
I remember Jason at the Pussy Power.
That's right. Yeah. Jason. It was like we used to have the Jedi bar, and there was a Crossbar next door.
Okay.
And you'd go into the Crossbar, and
the Black Lock raves. Wait a minute, Tony. Were you involved in that?
Yeah. Back in the day, man.
I remember going up there one night after doing a gig in Glasgow, and somebody says there's a rave happening at the Black Lock.
Yeah.
And we all jumped in a taxi or something and ended up partying till about 7 in the morning.
That's right. We were up there. There was a wee van used to sell half bottles of Buckfast out of.
That's right. It was pretty mad, pretty dangerous. I don't mean in a violent way, but it was the middle of nowhere.
It was, yeah. You'd kind of, if you get stranded up there, you were screwed. But you always had to kind of keep an eye on how to get back. You had equipment. You weren't just turning up with like now a USB or whatever. You had like turntable records. You had like your girlfriend carrying 2 bags of records or something. Or that's
a good woman. If you've got that, man. I never had that. Man. I was always single, carrying my record days.
I was usually single after the gig. But
okay. So continue on. You were doing your techno nights.
Yeah, we done a lot of techno stuff. We kind of, for nights, it was just kind of put on around Glasgow. That was that kind of scene at the time, early 2000s, where you could kind of, there was like gigs you could go out, you could still smoke and stuff. There was a bit more freedom and stuff in the places. You remember
before the smoking ban?
Before that. So the nights were different. There wasn't like half the night was outside for half the night, so everyone was always in the venue. There was no phones, so people weren't watching half the gig through a phone, so you were kind of, everyone was involved with it. But it's a different thing. But
the good old days, Tony. You're sounding like an old grumpy right now.
I'm not, sorry. It's
sorry. I'm the same. What it takes a man to know, man. It's fine.
Aye. So the techno thing, we were involved with that.
You're right about the smoking ban. It has affected.
Aye, I think it's affected nights in general, the kind of flow of a night.
Yeah,
because like people go, right, that's the act, right, we'll back in 20 minutes when we first smoke. So there's a constant stream of people in and out all night, which didn't have to be, didn't used to be. And then after the techno thing, get more involved with drum and bass, which I've always liked.
Okay.
And that was...
Now, this is where I thought you would start the story.
Aye, no, it moved towards that, because...
drum and bass from punk, that's a bit of a difference, and even from techno and house, it's sort of quite different.
Yeah, I liked... When I started, when I moved into production thing, I remember we had the 303s and stuff, and then Reason 1 just came out. I had this old...
Reason 1?
I had this old beige Mac, and remember this Mac MIDI box, and then having the sort of possibility of not having just the analogue sounds that you had for the 303, you didn't have a 909 or an 808, you had to recreate sounds from it. So the synth engines were okay, but when you actually got your hands like going, wow, these loops and the sounds that you could then start to use, and you're like, right. So it was you were turning up to gigs with an actual Mac desktop computer. Okay. The screen's about this. The thing, everything, keyboard set up, and that's you doing like a half-hour set just to take half your bedroom up to this place to do it. But you go and do it, and that's how you kept like getting some gigs and you get opportunities. But
what did you call yourself when you were doing drum and bass?
I'm still under Toni Smoke.
Okay.
I've kind of, that's been coined since about 15, 16 years now. I think I was staying in Dumfries, and it was a party where everyone get nicknamed. I think it ended up coming out as Tony Macaroni for some reason. Then things started moving. I was like, I can't be called Tony Macaroni.
It's not
take
great.
You serious.
It's not great. No.
So that ended up evolving into Toni Smoke through some night, which people have asked me, but I can't actually remember. But people tell me the story. So
it's a good night if you can't remember it.
Yeah, that's usually a lot of my nights in the last few years. So.
Let's take a little break just now and play a wee track or two, and then I'm going to get a wee chat with you and got lots of your music to play. In fact, my problem tonight was you've got hundreds of music.
See, that's a good problem to have.
It's a great problem to have, but when you've only got a limited time for like a podcast, then it's like, what this man's catalogue can you pick to sort of define him? And it was
excellent.
Hard. So I apologise.
I'll be interested to see what you've got then.
I apologise in advance if the tracks that I played tonight aren't the key moments, but for me, I quite liked them.
Okay,
I quite liked them.
I appreciate it.
This one isn't one of your tracks right now, but it's Madhat. It's for his new project, which I like as well. So I want to
big up Madhat, man.
Listen to what I fucking say. I don't care what you think, I find the notions pass. I've rediscovered drink and now it's like my soul got mad. I've put the pain in ink, the word is there, I know it lasts. The pain will never fade away, nothing down here can hold it back. So I flow on a track, put words on a page and I go with the rap. See a zone in the lab with the phone in the hand, and I put thoughts down when I'm flowing it raj. Complex, Jake on my content, taking my words and you fuck with the context. You can keep all your comments, I work for a change, not wanting a contest. I don't care what you think, you're simply talking shit. I know you're banging all my tunes, I know you nod to this. Don't want no part of your opinion, so I walk a bit. I'm back on the mic and I battle the guys, see me rapping at night with the dog I sit. I don't care what you think, I can't care what you think, I don't care what you think, cause I've been lost a bit. I find the pain I deal with daily slowly turns me crazy. Soon my legs will fail me, lately life got hazy. Take me, see me sit in the mist, I'm blazing away. I'm taking the pain, living like shit and I'm hating away. But I'm making a change, up on my feet with my chin held high. Can't hold me down now, I'll live till I die. Some people fall off, I'm not that guy. Gonna push it harder now, fuck that wise. And still don't trust and it kills me. Still hate cunts and I'm gritty. Still not fucking me pity. Still need nothing for cunts. Simply see the shit be done monumental. I put in the work cause I seen the potential. Sitting here writing it mate with a pencil. Making them moves and I'm raising the level. Done it healthy, doing it again. And I'm doing it, I'm proving it to them. To the people that have never give a fuck, never rate a cunt. But I'm here ruling it again. I'm a walker, I walk on a page. Say shit when I talk in a rage. I'm a author, I'm jotting the same. Don't care what you think, though I swallow my pain. I don't care what you think, I can't care what you think, I don't care what you think, cause I've been lost a bit. I find the pain I deal with daily slowly turns me crazy. Soon my legs will fail me, lately life got hazy. Take me. Yeah, I didn't even joke, mate, pure seriousness. So I don't feel no other people's pain, at times can only feel my own. I seem to zone and feel alone, so much I scream at home. I need to grow, need to know just what the foreseeable holds. I need to be told and I'm needing the gold. Pure bleeding, my soul can't deal with the cold. Either sit with my son, sit in the studio, sit with the dog, or I sit with my woes. Say I'm the one, proving it though, so I sit with enough in a place that you know I'm high, but I'm grounded, alone but surrounded. Playing it cool, but I swear I'm astounded. Count my losses, mine I counted. I wanted a bird, but I felt I was hounded. Take notice in words that I talk now. Talk truth and I live in my compound. Get respect on streets I walk down, and I wreck on beats when I talk loud. I've rediscovered drink, it's like my soul got mad. But I don't care what you cunts think, because the notion's past. I don't care what you think, I can't care what you think, I don't care what you think, cause I've been lost a bit. I find the pain I deal with daily slowly turns me crazy. Soon my legs will fail me, lately life got hazy. Take me. I don't care what you think, can't care what you think, don't care what you think, I've been lost a bit. Don't care what you think, don't care what you think, don't care what you think, I've been lost a bit. Can't care what you think, can't care what you think, can't care what you think, I've been lost a bit. I find the pain I deal with daily slowly turns me crazy. Soon my legs will fail me, lately life got hazy. Take me.
I've had some time to take a look at my life. Busy stressing about success, am I doing things right? Sometimes I wanna leave the Mac and the mic, and the fact that I write, I'm second guessing, doesn't sound tight. And I'm about to say goodbye to the people that seem to think they tried to dissolve all my passions for laughter. I need to focus on my future, let my wallet get fatter. I'm doing only things that matter now. Blazing chronic smoke, chilling with the neighbor folk, reminiscing past times, growing up and telling jokes. I sort of feel like I will always be king. My brain will stay forever young when my body gets wrinkly as shit. I'm not stuck in the pits, in fact I'm going faster than I've gone before. I guess I'm driving the ship. If the mic were a bitch, I'd be kissing her lips. I love the universe, I'm on this ultimate trip. La-da-da-da-da-da-da, okay, la-da-da-da-da, here we go now. La-da-da-da-da-da-da, la-da-da-da-da, give it away now. La-da-da-da-da-da-da, 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 la-da-da-da-da, give it away now. As I get older, I really seem to care less. I don't know if I'll make it, I just hope that I will progress. But no less, I'm looking in the glass. I see a bunch of memories of time past. I play a Call of Duty and I'm following the mask. Got my homies rolling doobies of the hydroponic glass, and we feeding for the last, making lots of memories while I mingle with the lads. I'm really loving Europe, but I'm missing all the dabs. Not really good at battling when claims giving the jabs, and I'm really good at English, give a fuck about the math. I'm not much of a fighter, but you see me whoop some ass. I accomplish every goal, now assign me with the task. Turn something to nothing with bloods, get to fucking with brownies and muffins. I'm walking, you crunching, you swinging, I'm tucking, I'm drinking, I'm munching. Gonna eat you for lunch with the mashed potatoes, gravy, and a small side of crumpets, bitch. La da 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 da. Okay. La da 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 da. Here we go now. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Give it away now. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da da.
Mr. Toni Smoke in the building. Tell us about this tune, Tony.
It's one with Infidelix that
Okay.
we've done. Whoa, what year was that now? We're going back four, at least
That
4
long?
years.
Okay.
Aye, probably 4 years now almost. 2013, 14. I couldn't exactly tell you, but that was for a mixtape that we done when I was kind of following Brian when he was travelling through a bit of Europe.
Okay.
And seen his videos popping up. He was like appeared in Spain. I kind of watched his story he was going through, and for some reason he was in the UK. And then he got booked to do a gig in Airdrie or Coatbridge.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, that's quite a come down to come from like Spain and end up in Coatbridge. So went down, kind of met him. I think at the time he was kind of floating about as he kind of did. So I was like, just come to mine. I've got a studio, I've got beats.
Okay.
We'll come up and we'll sort of hook something up. So I think he stayed for 2 weeks, and I just supplied him all the beats for that thing, recorded, made the mixtape and sent him on his way.
Okay.
And he kind of left there and went over. I don't think he went to Berlin initially. I think he went somewhere else, and then worked his way down there. And he'd used those tracks to kind of move up for and stuff. So it was
For the people who don't know, Infidelix is a MC from the States.
Yeah, Texas.
Who's basically hustled and busked his way across the planet.
All the way, aye.
Which is a phenomenal thing, man, isn't it? It's a fucking crazy
It's a rare
thing.
thing. You don't hear many folk that just go, right, I'm out here. I've had enough.
Everybody wishes they could do it.
Everyone can, but they won't. Well, not everyone can. But maybe everyone's got the initiative in them, but it's to keep the drive. And he works hard. It's not like he's just sitting. He's out every single day. When I'm over in Berlin, he'll go out rapping every day.
Okay.
On the streets, try to just hustle. That's how he makes his work. So.
And he's making moves with the rap.
He is, yeah. We just came back from Prague a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
Hip Hop Camp. So.
How was Hip Hop Camp with
amazing, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, well needed break. And
tell the people who's listening to this podcast right now, I've been over to Hip Hop Camp twice, and I love it. But it's like nothing else in the world.
No, it's
explain it to the people.
If you've ever been anywhere in Eastern Europe.
Eastern Europe for a start, right? And it is heavy Eastern Europe.
It's heavy Eastern. You're in a communistic airfield, which was. It's actually the stages are called like the hangars. They're in the old aircraft hangars.
Yep.
So you've got a aspect to that when you go up to it. It just feels like you're in a documentary partly, and half in a festival. So it's an individual festival. It's strictly hip hop.
Yep.
And you're going to have sort of big heads there, and everyone there is straight there for the music. And just having that aspect of Europeans, it's a freer place. It's like if you come from Scotland or UK, we're just reserved compared to them. So having the opportunity to be
not that I'm really interested, right? But over there, I've seen things like tents were selling weed and all that.
Oh yeah,
it was very open.
It's
you know what I mean?
It advertises as a weed-friendly festival.
Okay.
On the flyer, I think it's this year again. It said weed-friendly again. I don't know what happened. Something must have happened.
But it's certainly hip hop friendly.
It was hip hop, yeah, and fun friendly. I would say definitely.
Kind of cool moments I remember for Hip Hop Camp would be bumping into wee Rab and Gasp out there one time in the middle of it, which was kind of weird.
Wee Rab's everywhere.
Yeah, he is everywhere. And I would also the whining, dirty wine dances. Battle. That does stick in a man's mind for obvious reasons.
I'd imagine.
You know what I'm saying? Pretty awesome festival, man.
I had a great time going over. It was with Infidelix, so they spent a lot of time in the back because they took over a couple of guys that were filming them doing a documentary, and he just came for a festival in France. So they'd made up a couple of games to boost like this YouTube channel they're making, where like get all the artists like Young and May, like they try to get a Mortal Technique, Hops, and everyone that came through the back to play Jenga.
Was Young M.A. playing Hip Hop Camp?
Yeah.
Oh wow, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, I was there. So we've seen Jizza, Jerry Damager, Mortal Technique, Hobson. There's a few other acts as well, but as a fan, going to watch them was good, and the other bits come in the back and sitting, getting involved with networking and meeting people, because that's what you've got to kind of make it about. If you're playing at these things, you've got to utilise the opportunities that are there. You don't want to just go and get drunk. You can do that here, but you can get drunk there, but you want to go, right, here's what I'm doing, and okay, I'll speak to you, get links, get people on Facebook. So out of that, we've kind of made a few opportunities which will be happening later in the year. Probably the start of the year, we're looking to February, going back on a tour, either in here or around bits of Europe.
Okay.
So that
sounds awesome, man.
Yeah, that's the idea. It's like January's not a good time for it after Christmas, so wait till at least February, and that might not even be a good time financially for everyone, or whatever the climate might be then. So
are you leaving to get into Europe before we're out of Europe maybe as well, Mr. Smoke? Because obviously the Brexit thing's hanging over us as well, and it might be a bit more difficult to leave the country.
Well, I'm sure I can make a tunnel and get over there somehow.
Smuggle yourself out somehow.
I'm quite good at fitting in things, so I'll be alright.
Cool, man. Cool, man. So you left us off with that story there. You were making D&B music.
Yeah. So we were up to, it was like we moved into like drum and bass, because taking away from what I was saying, we started having like the old analog stuff. You were limited to what you could do, and then we got the digital era started becoming more available to everyone. So with that came more skill. You were doing it constantly every day. It was my life, constant. So you started, your production levels getting better, and you're like, well, I want something a bit more complicated. And I love drum and bass. I thought I'm going to try, and I always thought drum and bass a bit more complex production. So moving towards that, and just loved it. I mean, I loved going to drum and bass nights. It was always just my free place. And through that,
I get that.
Met RST, who was spitting.
Big shout to Russell.
Yeah, big shout to Russell, man. He was spitting at some event, used to be the Manga Nights, that was through in Glasgow and Edinburgh.
I remember the Edinburgh ones, yeah.
Yeah, it was like Live Evil.
Remember Live Evil and playing out there?
Yeah.
They did a wee bit of hip hop. Yeah, big
But
shout to Live Evil.
Yeah, they were good. They incorporated a lot of things, and so I remember meeting Russell, and we'd done a few gigs and done a few good support slots like Fabio Groove Rider, Pendulum and stuff before their album came out.
Okay.
So we're through doing that, and I mean Russell just turned around one time going, he was a bit disillusioned with what was going on. The scene would get a bit cliquey, and it was getting a bit, it lost its vibe what it was. So I mean Russell saying, I want to do something rather than spitting, I want to do something with substance. So I was like, well, it's he's like, he heard this guy and he showed me Loki's.
So Russell was MCing.
Russell was, he was like
to drum and bass.
Yeah, he was a hype man almost, but he had bars, but they weren't bars. They weren't in substance. It was just basically hyping a crowd. You know what I mean? But he would try and throw bits in, so you could hear he had a bit of lyrical ability. But I remember sitting down, he was like, right, I want to write something. He had bars. He's like, can you make a beat like this? And then come up and show me stuff. I was like, well, it's basically half time, so let's kind of work on that. And he'd showed me. And then for old Loki's just came out, and I remember listening to it, come back from Liverpool where I was living, and I was staying in Poland at the time, and I was like making beats, and kind of ended up coming back. He actually thought I was Polish until I met him. Okay. So hearing that, and I remember hearing Loki's stuff at first, and I was like, wow, guy sounds really neddy, but I really understand what he's talking about. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I think that was like, I always remember people when they first listened to Scottish hip hop, was even like they're trying to overcome the thing, but then you actually hear the substance of what they're talking about. And Loki was a great example, because he was, at that time, it was nothing like it. I never heard it, so I was like, wow. So we started making a couple of things, me and Russell, I think under a bit of Rough at the time, when we started making it. Some of it was kind of like tongue in cheek, like having a laugh with it, do you know what I mean? Because that was what it was
just
about.
Having fun in the studio, mucking about.
Yeah, and you had, it was on MySpace and the forum, which was at the time, so we introduced the forum. RIP the forum, yeah. It'll never come back the same as much people try, so just don't ever try it again.
The new cats don't even know what we're talking about, and I quite like that.
I know.
I quite like that they missed out something, but they'll have their own thing.
Yeah, I suppose.
They're all on Instagram doing the same thing, I think.
It'll never be the same, man. If you weren't there at the time, you really won't understand what we're talking about.
It was all the Facebook hate in the one place.
It was just entertainment.
Yeah,
at the time, because there was about 100 people on it now at that time, and that's when it was like getting big.
So somebody mentioned to me the other day the Big Riz Lizard Lounge, and that was that was a wacky bit.
Yep.
Named after Riz.
And
these conspiracy. That's a shame.
I don't think he bothered that much.
I don't think he bothered that much. He's seen it as publicity.
So Aye, so I was kind of doing that, and I remember Russell was like, "Oh, come on, we'll actually try and write something like proper." I think he went to do his first battle against Loki years ago, and it was down at the back of it was sort of ash pitches just up for the police station at Finison.
Okay.
Right in the back of there. I remember it was just an annihilation. Like, he just walked in and got destroyed by Loki, BA, and everyone around him. But it was like the first introduction of meeting other folk, and
yeah.
And it just kind of, I remember building for there, and it was a hip hop thing that we just stuck with. We just really enjoyed the aspect of sitting recording, because I had all that knowledge come from years ago, like doing the recording analog side. So I tried to put it all together, and I liked recording, engineering, and making the track, and it was just the whole process. I loved a project, so taking the whole of a project, running it right to the end, and having that. I think I always liked the gratification of finishing something.
What was your first hip hop project?
First hip hop project would have been with Russell. Would have been
the bit of rough
thing.
Okay, what came after that?
After that, met Nitty.
Okay.
And started
the Nitty the Wonder Cat.
Nitty the Wonder Cat, the one and only. Everyone knows Nitty. If you don't, you're lucky.
There's a send coming for you.
Aye, so it was Nitty, and then I remember he was recording stuff, and it was him and Russell, and Nitty was staying up Paisley, and he had his wee set up in there. So it was kind of moved for that, and then we were going, right, we heard this, and I remember hearing Case, and there was Wee D, and he was playing with GLA. I remember going to watch him playing with Mako in some community hall in Coatbridge or something as well. I was like, I'll sort of hook up just down the road, so might as well. And it just, from that, it just kind of, things just kept like moving. But it was we were always quite passionate at that point, and going, right, we're doing this today, and they'd record stuff. But like we were talking about earlier, like at that time we were just churning beats out. You're just sitting, you're making beats, you're going, right, someone's going to like that. But you were kind of lucky, you were working with like 3 or 4 MCs with different styles. So one of them was going to suit,
like
aye, or they're going to battle over the other ones. So you just give it to them and let them sort it themselves.
So is that how Shadow People came about?
That was how Shadow People came about. It was originally Nitty, had coined the name, I think, because I think when they fell out with us, he was like, I'm taking the name with us.
They connected through working through you. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't big myself up, but yeah, I kept that engine moving, I would say, between keeping it all going.
You made it happen and fed their fire.
Aye, I like to give them a canvas to sort of be able to put that out, and then I always loved going through Edinburgh, meeting all of like Madhat or Weird, everyone through there. I'd always had mad respect to everyone, and you'd go through, and you would just have that. It was just part of life. It was just what you enjoyed doing. I still do. I mean, that's it.
There's some of the best things about being an artist, or even a hip hop artist in Scotland, is the party and the community, the good times that we know each other, don't we, and we can communicate on a level that actually we can't relate to most other people.
No, that's true.
You know what I mean?
I think you look back, it was predominantly everyone's surrounded by it, and if you've got people in your life that aren't really involved in it, then you end up having this quite a different circles or fraction of people. But
yeah, that's kind of cool though.
Aye,
that's kind of cool. And also, we're always wanting new people to get involved in the community too. I think that's one thing that's a given for Scottish hip hop. Hip hop in Scotland.
I like to encourage people when you see something, because it's always a karma thing, because it'll come back for you as well at some point. So if you can try and see something, rather than people looking at them going, oh, they're good, I'm not going to say to them. It's the worst thing you could do. Do you know what I mean? It's the best thing you can do is try and encourage someone to go and look, just that embarrassment, just keep that going, work on that bit of it, and like try and.
Everybody's got to start somewhere.
Exactly, and no one's.
Everybody did.
Anything.
Everybody started shite. Everybody started shite.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So people still
learning stuff.
But
yeah.
Anyway, Toni Smoke, you left us off there where you were sort of at the formation of the Shadow People.
Yeah.
What came first? Did the Shadow People's EP came first, or was it an album, or was it the release, or was it the Case One? I'm not sure.
Well, I think you could say like Shadow People, like Russell and Nitty putting something out of me, but I wouldn't really consider that like Shadow People as it was known.
Okay.
I think the first thing we done was that In the Shadows EP.
Okay, yeah.
And that was basically RST, Nitty, Case, Wee D, and myself. And I just like made the beats and gave it to them. Just said, look, go write your bars, come back. And we recorded that, and not once was any of us all in the same room. We were all like, one would come to a bit, and then it was always very do it when you could, you know what I mean? So I remember putting that out, and it kind of picked up, and we'd done a couple of tracks. I was actually one track that done with Case and Nitty, and the BBC contacted us wanting it. It was that Wake Up Dead. They said, can we have that track? And I was like, well, that's quite encouraging. Do you know what I mean?
It's a great sign, yeah.
Yeah.
Great sign, yeah.
So we'd kind of gave that to them, and that was the first spark of, I think it was Nitty get in touch with Muslim. And he's like, oh, I got Muslim Williams like thing. I was like, would you send him? He's like, I just sent him a link. I was like, give me the email. Right, so that was kind of like, started for that point going, right, me and Case were doing stuff, the Alphabetics, and I thought, right, we're going to have to kind of, that was a project, we worked our hearts in that project to make it kind of what we wanted it to be, and that was the first time going, right, I want to try and utilise this radio.
Well, that's the next song I've picked actually as a song for that.
Oh, really?
I think it's a song for that, Mr. Writer.
Oh yeah, okay. We were sceptical we were actually going to get this played in the radio.
Okay, we're going to play it in the podcast in a second, but tell us about this, and like you were saying, I had that feeling just as a fan and somebody involved in the music that this was a heart and soul project. Yeah,
that was. I think it was one that we were daily, just that was your constant. You were just like working on that and going, right, I could edit this or change that around. So Case was quite a perfectionist. That rubbed off on me a bit on that project, but it was more like watching him and trying to understand him as an artist and going, right, what would he suit, and like give him the space to actually say what he was trying to say without overtaking the beats. You know yourself, it's kind of hard. You're going, you want to just make the right canvas for him to play in. That all came together right. But Mr. Writer was one. Yeah, tell us about break down this song before we play it so we can listen to it for the fanboys out there and girls. Mr. Writer was, as a lot of people, a lot of love for this track when it first came out, because I remember hearing the Stereophonics track. It was just in the radio. I was always constantly thinking about sort of ideas for tracks or something. I was like, Mr. Writer, and it was like, it just seemed to fit. It was like someone who was like, I've always thought the track of being like someone as a writer, but like writing about
so you sort of came in the concept with that.
Yeah, that was more cool. And then I liked the sample, and I thought, I'm going to mess about this. I just sat and done like ways that I like to do my EQing before I went to start chopping, and I just found the right flow of it. I found the right snare, and then, as you know, the other bits kind of just started falling into it. Yeah, and then you just play it to someone, and you know instantly if you're sitting playing beats, and they're all sitting, you're chatting, and the right beat comes on, the rappers go silent, and they start. He's going. You can see their heads, the bars they've been working on start to come out. You're like, right, that one. So you know just by sort of subtly reading people, that that'll be the right one. But that was, at that point, it was just some of the best production we were doing, and it was very free.
Let's play this, Mr. Smoke.
Okay.
See, I don't write these songs for anyone in general. Don't dedicate my pages to anything unacceptable. So I guess good or bad, I confide in him. This album's dedicated to the pad I write it in. Toni Smoke and a beat, mate. Mr. Writer, just another alias. Disgrace painter whose middle name was plagiarist. Paintbrushes for an atheist, basis for the letter. Bet he breaks it down and makes it into something better. He isn't thinking it's a gift he's been given, but it's simply reflecting within the city he lives in. What he crafts on a pad is creation amazing, cause his school system just failed him. Can't count a full bar, but he makes it fit. Really nothing else to say, it's just the way he is. Always has his backpack so he can be between the rings. Scheming fiend whilst being a Glaswegian teen. Race a 16 with a slate of words on the back of his bus ticket, that can be a safer verse. Insecure rhyme book, so he holds it tight. Only ever gets to hold a mic in the open mics, knowing that he flows it right and hoping that they notice him. He's overdosing on the social soul that's been controlling him. They never heard of him, he verbally murdered them. More than pervious, the earliest suddenly it occurred to him. Mr. Writer, it's sort of simple, isn't it? Scribbles on the pad till he's ripping up his fingertips. Just like you in some ways, many more. Isn't anything like how he used to be anymore. He's respectful, won't preach in his speech to you. Believes on a beat cause he thinks he can speak to you. Mr. Writer, we're almost the same person. Mr. Writer, we're almost the same. So Mr. Writer, I consider it daily. I'm limited by the citizens of the city that raised me. So close to his own nail, hope when the hope fails. Humble cause he knows that he wrote on the coattails. A mind state that was constantly calling him. It was everything he wanted, it was almost his oxygen. And on top of all of it, he had a nation to find him. Rhyme books don't contain enough pages to write in. He connect the sentences, it's always been around him. It found him through the poverty that surrounds him. He can't clutch the air, there's still nothing there. And nothing's fair, he's wondering if something's there. It took him 6 months just to get his verses right. Feeling worthless when he can't connect the words at night. Family life, that'll be right. Only in the house in case he's in need of a place to sleep at night. Even then he was gripped with addictions, and beefing on the streets was inflicting the friction that he never wanted. Man, he hates the bullshit. He's a step above, so it won't affect his music. Mr. Writer, sort of simple, isn't it? Scribbles on the pad till he's ripping up his fingertips. Just like you, in some ways, many more. Isn't anything like how we used to be anymore. He's respectful, won't preach in his speech to you. Bleeds on a beat cause he thinks he can speak to you. Mr. Writer, we're almost the same person. Mr. Writer, we're almost the same. You don't have the right to write like Mr. Writer does. He underwrites the writer, still it's almost like a lightning burst. When the slightest sight of Satan is anonymous, he's walking like a prophet with a mask that says anonymous. On a map, he'd be lost in Metropolis, and honestly, he just wants to be recognised for wanting it. He noticed how the people that he started with was starting to target him, so no wonder they were starting shit. A referendum, he could sense attention. His best medicine was simply to forget them, and that he did. Benefits from some crews, feels he's getting better with the artists he looks up to. That's progression, doesn't rate with the charts sale. Rate what feels right, but that's mainly cause his heart failed. A young man hopes to go a good way, but he won't know till he turns to a new page.
One star from the gutter, one star from the gutter.
My money in senses, no fear of consequences, no future in my headspace, only pounds and pence. His death was a threat so real and always near. No reason to believe I would be here in a year. They say weed is a gateway drug to smacking speed, but cannabis was a gateway drug to unbelief. And in the middle, little pills made me feel invincible. No cameras, no camera, god damn, I felt invisible. Transparent, look past and look through, so I looked down to a combulated crew who when needed were not found. So when these clowns act out, but when you need backup, they back out and run off. So we crack up and act out, friends by geography. So I span the atlas, missing in action and loving the practice, stretching the bandwidth, pushing the envelope, living the trouble like baggage, but always pack a telescope and hope. I saw one star from the gutter. In hindsight, probably got me away with murder. Got on the right line, elsewhere from a lifetime. When knife crime kept appearing on my timeline. I was a nose here away from a teenage overdose. A joint right gone wrong, or 10 years for selling coke. Ask my peers if you could find them, tell them I said hi. I didn't want to leave, but I didn't want to die. I've gone to Scotland for some time with a warrant for a fine, and call up with me just as I turned out fine. I remember that phone call vivid. Sorry Ronnie, won't be into work today. Today I'm in prison.
One star from the
Jail wasn't so bad, wasn't Shawshank dark, but not the tabloids description of a holiday park. You could sleep in and skip meals if you wanted to. I had terrestrial technically for much of the day. I kept myself to myself, but met a guy from round the way who assured me I had honours if someone slashed my face. Cheers mate, great to hear. Which added to the backy some pennies for the payphone and a matching bowhouse trackie. I was okay and had my own space initially, which meant no sharing, isolated in peace from the bigotry. Wrote lyrics all day on A4 sheets, borrowed from a screw who humoured my innocent speech. Anti-establishment poems penned, you can imagine. No love for the magistrate, the police or the admin. Fucking Butlins once and promised vow never to return. One star and TripAdvisor, freedom's much more fun. Not much nightlife, not one single bar behind bars. So we gathered in the church to hear a former stripper. She chats about addiction and her brush with prostitution. How she got clean and how religion got her through things. Couldn't care about a few days when guys twice my age, his families locked away with 20 straight sentences. I got flung open the door. You've been liberated, Jack. Congregation in the chapel shouts hallelujah. I left my cellmate my pouch of golden Virginia and exit sinister gates. Bitter but silly, bitter. Pretty bitter, pretty bitter, but a little bit silly, bitter. Pretty bitter, pretty bitter, but a little bit silly, bitter.
Catch this album out on Saturday, 29th of September, the new Jackal Cage album. It's a wee exclusive right now from it. This one called One Star from the Gutter. Definitely digging that. Had the pleasure of recording some of that album, so I know it's banging, so make sure you go and check that out.
Bitterness comes very easily.
Command Toni Smoke in the studio. How you doing, Mr. Smoke?
Good.
Good stuff, my man. I've got a few messages here, right, and I've got some that I can't seem to find because my phone is
Glad
a
you
dick.
didn't say.
Because my phone's a dick and our Facebook's a dick. But shout to Jordan, he says he loves how subs and FM are just chilling in the background.
Nice,
Okay.
big up.
John says big shout out to Infidelix as well. Big shout out to Daza Versace.
Shout out Dazza, how you doing, my man?
He wants to know the thoughts on MGK as a person.
Thoughts
Don't know the boy.
Not a clue. I only heard him
Seems
last
like a nice
week
boy.
when he tried to. He seems lovely. Aye.
Big shout out to Frankie, she's watching, listening, tuning in.
Shout out Frankie.
Big shout out to Brian, aka Infidelix, who says I'm jumping between this and XNXX. I don't know what that is. I don't think I need to know.
I think it's going to be some kind of porn thing, knowing him.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think I need to know what it is. I've just promoted it to thousands of people. Well, 25 or something.
Aye, Brian.
Big shout out to you, Brian.
Yeah, shout out to you. Just put the tissues away, would you?
He says I'm having a crazy masturbatory
I
experience.
fucking knew
You
it.
better wave to him. You better wave to him right now and let him enjoy it even more.
There you go, you wanker.
It's always good to know, isn't it? It's always interesting.
Oh, big up Brian, about soon,
Interesting.
man. Much love to Berlin.
That was the new Mark Material. Big shout out to Johnny Cypher. Big shout out to Mark Thompson. Big shout out to A-Mac as well, who's tuned in.
Big ups, my man.
Anita says, what's your feelings, Toni Smoke, after the aftermath of Kamikaze?
After the aftermath of Kamikaze? Is it even aftermath
You
yet?
heard
It's still
Eminem's album?
reverberating.
It's big. It's that big now that we're talking about it on this podcast. We don't even talk about
Here we
fucking
go.
shit like that.
We've infiltrated our own thing with
Yeah.
Eminem. Shit.
Yeah, he's taking over our shit now.
I think why not? Eminem's Eminem, man. It doesn't matter what age he is. He can still
Yeah,
spit
fuck,
past
that's
fire
for
better than a
sure.
lot of guys.
That's for
So
sure.
age
Yeah,
does not matter. If he's still killing it, he's killing it. In my opinion, it's probably the best album I heard from him in a while. So yeah.
Cool, man. So, Mr. Smoke, we were talking about you and your music. We
Yeah.
sort of got up to the Alphabetics album.
Yeah.
How long did that take to make?
It was about 9 months. It was like an actual
Okay.
baby. Yeah, about a 9-month term for that album.
Back and forth for you and Case One. Was it a smooth process or something that you had to?
No, looking back, it was probably quite smooth. We'd sat and recorded a lot of it a few times and went back and forward, but I think we recorded that whole album in the SM58.
It's not really rang with that, but I know what you're saying. It's no ideal.
No, it's no ideal.
It's
It wasn't
no ideal. You know what I mean? But
it was nowhere near what this capture should be. But for tech kids, an SM58 is just a standard like gig mic you're going to be sort of using. You're not going to have any real like.
it's comparable to what we're talking on now. Just
Yeah,
handheld
literally.
mics, you know what I mean?
So to do that and get it out on things was quite encouraging. Because then we used bits that we got after that and upgraded the studio, and yeah, there was a big difference in sort of production
Okay, so
and
that
stuff.
would you say that was quite a successful release for you?
It was, yeah. It gave us a platform. Definitely gave us a platform out. We were lucky to get the Radio 1 thing and do that, and that kind of gave us a bit more.
When you say Radio 1 thing, was that the session?
Yeah,
Okay.
the Radio 1 BBC Scotland introducing session.
Okay.
I think Gasp and Scatterbrains and that had just done one
Okay.
just not long before.
I didn't
And,
even know
like,
they'd done that. That's cool.
Yeah, they'd done one, and then Ali and Muslim and that had got in touch, and we went and done it as well. But we kind of messed up because we didn't follow that hype up. We let it stagnate and then took too long doing the next thing. So I think,
that's an important point here, Mr. Smoke.
yeah, I think
So you had momentum here.
we had momentum then. And at
what,
the time,
what happened though? Did you just sort of get lazy, or did it go at your heads, or did you just
no, it was neither of that. It was just more.
life get in the way? What happened?
well, life's always in the way. It doesn't matter if you're
Yeah.
doing this on a
Yeah.
kind of amateur aspect. Life's always going to be in the way. You're not going to have as much time as anyone doing it professionally. But
Yeah.
I'd say we went back to writing, going like, right, that was good. Right, let's go back and make the next one. And we took too long between releases.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that project and that time taught me a lot. Between what I was chatting earlier, so if you've like went and done something, you want to strike while it's still hype's there, because hype dies. It's like the amount of things going around now. It'll trend quicker, and now it seems to be even faster compared to what it was then. You had a bit more time. It just feels now you've got like X amount of time. If you've got something out, you're not forgotten about, but you're going to be lost in the realm of stuff that's constantly churning out. So if you've missed that opportunity, then you need to learn for that and either not do it again or just keep going that way. So I've kind of it taught me a lot, I'd say, that project, yeah. But at the same time, it was probably one of the smoothest ones as well. But a lot of stuff we've done with like Case and the Shallow People was always quite smooth, because it was like an in out. I'd record the bars and what, right, they could leave, they'll be sitting for the next few days or whatever working on it. So a lot of the stuff that happens behind the scenes they don't see or don't appreciate sometimes, which you'll know.
A bit of both there, yeah. Tell us about is there any issues in terms of juggling between projects? You've got one rapper doing this, and
if the project,
it's finding the time, or tell me about it.
Find the time's always a thing.
Or you've got a beat mixed up, or the files went wrong here, or tell me anything like that. Is that just me?
No, that happens. Obviously, you'll lose one part of snare or something, or anything that could be like silly things like that. But I'd say,
for example, have you ever been like working and you gave the beat to BD and then you gave it to the same time Case and then you've not realised?
Oh, aye, and I've heard about that. A few times, but then sometimes that can happen. Do you know what I mean? It's never an intentional thing, because if you're getting some of the canvas, that's meant to be theirs.
Yeah.
But if you're working in a crew, it's different, because a crew, they can just go out here, you scrap amongst it or do what you want. But those kind of days are not there as much now. But there was I'd always come across a lot of issues, especially production wise, technically wise.
Juggling 5 projects at the same time.
Well, projects were okay, as long as, because when I take on a project, I'm not going to half-arse it. I'm not going to go, right, I'm going to take this on and we're going to get halfway and it's not going to happen, because not many people take projects and finish them, which I've watched.
Yeah. Can I say that? That's the definition of the word producer.
I'd agree, yeah, because
it's actually making it happen. Finishing it,
making the actual thing happen and putting it out, because once it's out, it's out. But I didn't always like to take my time. I like to make sure, because once that's out, it's out there forever. I mean, they were talking about stuff that we put out like 8 years ago, whatever, that's still there. So if you weren't happy then, you're not going to like it now. So taking that small bit of time, and there was some folk you work with, it'll just be like, no, they'll put it out, or they'll put out rough version. And you're like, why put a rough version up? Just wait until the track's actually there. But I can
imagine that he wants the rough one out straight away.
I was trying not to name names, but
just the way you said it, you sort of had that intonation in the voice of Nitty.
I did. It was totally aimed at Nitty. So
I know you and I know Nitty. It's looking like a mirror there. I've seen it. So you're doing your thing in the studio. You've got all these artists. Who's the worst one to work with in terms of diva-ism?
Oft.
Who fucks about the most or the worst? Who? Tell me.
You know what I'm going to say.
I do know, man.
You know I love you, Nitty, right? But you know I know you so well that I can say these things, alright? So
okay, so Nitty. And why is Nitty's just Nitty?
He's just Nitty. I mean, he's one of the greatest artists in Glasgow, well, Scotland, the hip hop wise, that's came round, because he's who he is.
Nitty's on hip hop time.
Aye, and like, I love the guy. He's absolutely brilliant, but he's the amount of trouble he's caused me is unbelievable. But I wouldn't take it all back at all, because it sculpts around your friendships and like who you get involved with and things that happen. So, but Nitty, you're the biggest diva I've ever worked with. Ever.
Yeah, man. Well, who is the quickest in the booth then? Who nails it?
And you know who I'm going to say again.
I do know, and I'm going to say it begins with D.
Well, it starts with a W.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But it could be a D.
Yeah.
Could start and end with a D.
Yeah. Same person. Yeah.
Mr. Danny Quinn, wee D. Aye, he'll turn round and you'll be like,
9 albums done.
Aye, you're like, right, we've got this beat. He's like, right, finished. And you're like, what? But he's actually like just turned round and wrote it in a on something. I mean, the guy's no turned up with pen and paper,
Big
and he's
shout
got bars
out
written.
Big shout out
so-
Beckett Star. They've got an album dropping soon. Make sure you go and support that at the launch party. I haven't got the date on me right now, but hopefully we'll get a wee check of that. In fact,
Yeah, that should not be missed.
Somebody leave it in the comments right now so we can promote that shit.
Yep, big up Wee D and Becca Star as well. Yeah.
You worked a lot with Becca too?
Yeah, I've worked a lot with Becca. I'd met Mog through Becca as well.
Okay,
I met a few folk through Becca. And I remember I'd done a few of her first releases recording wise. She used to come up and her Voice to Tell. There was other ones, the artist one she done, it was really good. And I love working with Becca. I'd kind of just come to the studio and sit and show her bits and bobs, and I think I've kind of helped her on what she's doing now.
Amazing, she's doing amazing shit as well. That's tremendous.
Totally. Yeah, love her to bits, man. It's just I've not seen her enough, so I need to go up and see her. But she's always been a driver with sort of music in Glasgow. Always been. If she's not running open mic, she was involved with networking people or working with everyone she could.
I'll just say right now, she's on a podcast next Sunday, so
hey, brilliant.
That'll be crazy.
That'll be
man.
excellent. Yes.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. You mentioned Mog. I'm going to play a song that you've done with Mog.
Okay.
We spoke earlier on about this one off mic about what do we call this song? Mog's Happy song.
Mog's Happy. It's like literally one of the only, like you said when he was up here, the man Mog himself.
Did I say that to Mog on the
I think you did.
podcast?
I think it was the first one you played because I tuned in. You were like, you said I guess it's one of your happy songs that you've done.
And I think it is, man.
Yeah.
Tell us about this song for you, Tony Smoke.
Oh, that's one of my favourite tracks I've done actually.
Okay.
I met Mog. It was up at Becca's. We were sitting up there, and he was just about to do he was doing the album. And he was sitting saying it was at one track. He always sampled an S. Mitchell. So he said, like, I don't have her sampled in this album. And I don't know what I'm going to do. And I was like, well, have you got the album? And he was like, aye. So we sat through in the kitchen, he played the album. I said, right, give me that away with me. Give me a week. And go away and I'll find a track and I'll send you a beat over. So I was listening through and it was that Stop Me Now, that kind of sample. I heard it. I was like, aye, I think I can flip that.
And you flipped Mog into a new man.
Into a happy man, aye. And even got a shout out in the chat.
It's actually one of my favourite Mog tracks as well. From the album Black and White, here is Mog and Stop Me Now, produced by Mr. Tony Smoke.
Sit and watch the hell blow by. Nothing's gonna stop me now, I've never felt so high. And I'm loving every second day, this journey I'm on. Cheers for listening, I take it to this journey alone. This goes out to all the triples and boots and black hoodies. Only in it for the love and the cute but bad groupies. Embracing life is such a beautiful thing. It makes me want to write a song that every human will sing. It's the yin, yang, double big bang. Every colour getting covered by a gutter kid's slang. Tony Smoke, this is as sweet as it gets. It's like a summer breeze creeping through the trees in the meds. I'm alive, immortalised, never gonna die. Climb my way up at my own grave, hit the tallest high. Swear to God, that's how I feel and you can quote me too. I'm just starting, nothing's gonna stop me now. Walk alone up in the sky, hey, hey, my, rock and roll will never die. Bringing a bigger sound, leaping tall buildings in a single bound. Spraying red paint over Tinseltown. I made my station, tune into the frequency. Monday through to Sunday I'm promoting human decency. Reaching out to ordinary everyday people. Starting from scratch, try to eliminate evil. Nothing but love for above, I feel the energy. Audio therapy for the folk who seek a remedy. Identity's no important, I reinvented me. I hope to be a soulful memory if they remember me. A little birdie taught me shoot for the stars. I play my tunes in the bars and hear them boom for the cars. Should have been food for the sharks, but I've got too much heart. God approached me, knew nothing's ever gonna stop me. I'd rather gamble on this life than a roll of the dice. You're up, you're down, you're out, you never know when it's right. It's like a roller coaster. I've seen my photo on a poster, took her home, no nobody knows that I've stone cold composure, and still it seems as though I'm losing. Everything's so confusing, and when I'm mad with it, I always feel inadequate. I rap and shit, big deal. I'm a man of myth, what's real. The day I'm done, but yesterday I thought I could split steel. Complication, segregation, oh so blessed my nation. My meditation leads to education, and when I'm waiting, the lessons that I've learnt progress to patience. Now I'm ready and waiting to be MLG amazing. A rare occasion to be feeling this high. If my lips are dry, it's cause I kissed the sky. Let's review. I used to be blue and so see-through, but with my soul renewed, just try and stop me now.
I never felt so high. I never felt so high. I never felt so high. You think I'm stopping now? I never felt so high. I never felt so high. I never felt so high. You think I'm stopping now? I never felt so high. I never felt so high. I never felt so high. You think I'm stopping now? I never felt so high. I never felt so high. I never felt so high. I never laughed so loud. I never laughed so loud. I never laughed so loud.
Here's a rap about the legend who can fill you with joy in just a second. Cause he knew it today when the guitar beckoned to be played. But some folk reckoned he was the best folk singer in Scotland. But he mentioned many things that are familiar to us. When I heard cod liver oil in the orange juice, I knew I was hearing a folk god. But he sung about the twa Corbies and some poor sod. But Imlac was never egotistical and never done for fraud like some megastars. But his music is easy to get a holiday if you look in the right place. But of course, it's no some folks' taste in music. He was one of the many folk musicians based in Glasgow. It wouldn't waste time when he did a gig, and he played in many places in Caledonia. He was amazing at finger picking and wasn't just sticking to folk. He did a few blues songs as well, but he was kicking down the door for so many people. I wonder what kept him ticking. His music was tastier than the tastiest chicken. This is a rap about Hamish and Black. 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 He was called the all-round entertainer, and when it came to the things he sung about, there was one air folk singer who was braver. He's probably enjoyed by your grandfather, but I'd rather listen to Imlac than be a raver. He was the creator, he had a good atmosphere, and his sets always ended with many a clap and cheer. But he had a long career that lasted until the year 1995. You can still hear his influence nowadays. He was born in Calcutta in 1940, but moved to Scotland when he was 13. He was just a shorty, but he believed and was conceived in Scotland. But I bet he was relieved that he wasn't arrested for singing cod liver oil in the orange juice. But I'm very pleased when I hear his songs, cause he's perceived to be a Scottish hero, which I think he is, the best in the business at what he did. This is a rap about Hamish and Black. 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 If it wasn't for Hamish and Black, you wouldn't hate Billy Connolly, Christy Muir and John Martin. So I hope you're starting to realise he put his heart and soul into his music and wasn't disposable like a milk carton. Unknowingly, he left his music and his spirit as a parting gift after he died. But he also never lied about who he was and never tried to be something he wasn't. However, the songs he played were so powerful and catchy, he could give the Pied Piper a run for his money and still wouldn't get tongue-tied. He sung old Glasgow songs that were for the street, but nowadays they do it at a beat. But he also sung Irish, Australian and many other and many other folk and blues tunes.
Big shout out, man. Hamish McBurney. He's telling people right now about a Scottish folk artist called Hamish Imlac. Hamish Imlac. Yeah, man. You heard of this dude? Let me put your mic on, Mr. Smoke. What do you know about that dude?
I've never heard, but I love the name.
He's got a song called Cod Liver Oil and Orange Juice about a woman getting pregnant in a close in Glasgow.
Wow, where does the... I would have to listen to that. The
It's a
story
great
of that
song.
Cod liver and orange. Aye.
Go on YouTube after the show, everybody. Hamish Imlac, Cod Liver Oil and Orange Juice. And that was my man Hamish McBurney.
Pick up Hamish.
Doing a tribute. And Hamish been sending me songs for ages and I've not really played them, so I wanted to play that tonight to make him, just to let him know that we appreciate it.
Good.
And Mr. Smoke was in the building as well. So Mr. Smoke, it's also about you tonight. We've kind of came up to the just after alphabetics.
Uh-huh.
And what happened after that? You've obviously got the track with Mog. We played that a second ago.
Yeah, I started. I think a few folk had started paying more attention to myself as a producer after that as well.
Okay.
With the likes of, I think Loki was quite. I remember him sitting talking about sort of Alphabetic and saying it was one of the best albums that came out at that time around like Scotland and stuff. It was like just that was more about, you could hear the ear of us working together, and I think it was more, I got a bit more respect, and I felt like I feel more comfortable being able to work with other folk.
Yeah.
And being able to like doing that beat with Mog, and I was pumping stuff out constantly with either Weedy and Nitty as well. So that was keeping you busy. I'd done a couple. I think we'd hooked up tune. I'd done one with Johnny Storm over in America.
Okay,
a few years ago, because Nitty wanted him in a feature, but he said, I'll do a feature if your producer gives me a beat. So I gave him the beat and they'd done that track, the 50 bars one. So it kind of, through that you started getting sort of networking with folk in different countries, and I'd been over in Poland and I'd ended up staying there, moved over at a time, and ended up sort of DJing and meeting up with folk there, and sort of made a base there, and I was putting stuff out drum bass in Canada. So you had all these different things that were going on, and you were just trying to just keep everything going and keep yourself busy essentially, do you know what I mean? Because that's what you enjoyed doing. You'd sort of get up, and if you weren't sitting making a beat at some point, you weren't doing it.
Did you do something for Adidas?
No, it was Nike.
Nike, okay.
We had, there was I got put forward for, they were looking for a beat for an advert, a basketball advert, and they weren't going to pay the producer the money he was wanting for the actual beat, so they wanted this beat remade, but more in their terms organically. So it was like, I was like, okay, so we were trying to...
That means sample free and cheaper?
Yeah,
okay.
Essentially they were just trying to go the cheaper route and
Still,
dangle on a carrot for us.
That's a good gig, man.
It was 20 grand it was up for it. So it came down to me and another producer, and they were back saying, right, if you can change this bit and get over. So I'd sent it over, and unfortunately the other guy got it, but I think I ended up getting about £500 just for the 1 minute beat that I was doing. So at that point it was like, oh shit, I just made £500 for that beat. So it was like, it was nice, you know what I mean? So I'd used that to put money into bits of the studio and kind of build stuff up.
Okay, in terms of studio, I was going to ask this, but Stephen Brody asked as well, what sort of DAW do you use? What sort of audio software?
Just now, I've been using Studio One PreSonus for a good while.
You've used that for a while?
Yeah,
okay.
Since it first kind of came round, I was involved with a few different engineers, and they'd put me on it. It was originally an engineering app. It was going to be more towards for live sound, but then they started changing it, and they made it into an actual a DAW. So I always found when I was using different things that I didn't like the aspect how they were, but I could move everything around in this, and it seemed to use everything that I was used to doing for the analog into Reason, or I remember using, it was Nuendo.
Okay, Steinberg thing.
Steinberg, and then it was Cubase, and then got certified through Pro Tools, and by that time after Alphabetics I went back to college and done my degree at uni back in sound engineering. So I thought, well, I was doing live sound sort of the weekends. I was doing gigs and then going to do live sound gigs, like working for bands. And then finish that, and Leon was only young at the time, so you were kind of looking after him. So it was basically a bounce between making beats, trying to get a degree, and bringing up Leon.
Okay.
So
a lot.
Aye, so you were kind of, your days were just like gone. So that was a couple of years that kind of went, and I just sort of met other artists, and I was just constantly making beats. But I was trying to at that point make money because I had a family.
Of course, yeah.
So you were trying to like utilise that, going, right, well, the beats and stuff I'm recording, it's not bringing me any revenue. In fact, it's cost me money. But doing that was like, you had to do that to keep yourself balanced, I felt. So doing that, and then doing the sort of live sound, you were trying to take it more professional and try to actually go, right, I'm not going to go stick some other job. I want to go and use what I'm actually good at and do this. So that was the idea. Go back to sort of uni. Ended up doing the Commonwealth Games with the BBC. So I was out in Tollcross doing engineering for the swimming and stuff, and got got actually taken into a room, told I was too opinionated to work for the BBC due to social media. But it's not. If you know me, I'm not a very.
Somebody spotted your social media outpourings and thought you've got an opinion here.
It was around the referendum time, Steg, so it was a lot more heightened stuff going on.
You cannot express yourself and be down with us.
Yeah, you couldn't. It
in
was
that direction.
Yeah, basically. So I took grievance to that and told me to get to. Aye. So I ended up just going and trying to do my own thing. Okay. That kind of way.
That must have been tough though at that time, just coming out of college and all that, and then thinking, BBC are sniffing about here.
And they were talking about doing some other bits and bobs. So I'd end up just doing like self-employed engineering. I ended up working with the G1 group, Arta, and working with different bands, and then you'd go through to like Edinburgh, and you just found shifts where they were. So it was a constant. It's a grind. You know what I mean? It's not an easy shift.
Okay, who else have you worked with?
Scottish wise, we've got.
I don't know if we've got enough time in the podcast. I'll just check. I think maybe a wee bit.
Got a Sharphill, Nitty, WD, Case, Subconscious, AMAC, Word, Conscious Root, Loki, Mog.
I can tick all them as well. I'm just waiting to see the ones.
See who else we got.
Okay.
Gmo. We've got Gmo. Oh God, that's we make a game out of this, couldn't we?
I have not got Gmo. I've recorded Gmo. I was thinking that, but I haven't actually got him on one of my shits.
Start playing rapper trump cards.
We should do one night, right? It's we should have a jam where you play one of your hits. I play one of my hits and just play it back and forth all night. Back to back, we just mash it and your shit and let the crowd decide who's the best. Obviously, it's going to be me.
That'll be great fun. Aye. Oh, right, this will be good.
Sending shit.
Okay.
Because we've both got a catalogue.
We do, we could kind of warrant ourselves that, couldn't we?
So maybe somebody wants to get that organised, we can do that.
Yep, come on. Hook us up.
There you go. Anyway, what were we talking about? We were talking about you tonight, and what were we saying there?
So we were talking about, where was I in my life?
Who else?
Oh God, man, I can't remember. Who else? Who's down south? I've started doing a couple of things with physics now as well. It's going to be coming out. I was just doing a gig with him with Flip Tricks High Focus on Friday, which was good.
Cool.
Yeah.
And there'll be people you can't think of just now as well.
There is, actually. I'll come back to me.
Of course there is.
There's got to be an alphabet game we can play there.
And I don't know if you mentioned Subs and AMAC.
I did.
Okay.
I'll be a bit ignorant if he's sitting beside me. I didn't
how did you catch up and hook up with him?
That was, YouTube. It's 6 years ago. I remember seeing.
You YouTubed or they YouTubed? What?
Oh, they were on YouTube. About 6 years ago. I remember seeing a video. I don't even know how I seen it. I must have just came across. Someone shared it through Facebook. So I didn't even have these on Facebook, so I don't know how I'd even seen that link. Of interesting to remember. And I'd seen them. They were just like rapping to the camera in your front room over a YouTube kind of beat or rip beat. I thought that sounded alright, and I just commented to them saying, "Well, that's sounding good. Keep going."
Did you leave a comment on the video?
Aye.
Okay.
And it was a bigger thing for them that I'd kind of known.
And they obviously seen the name Toni Smoke commented. And
aye. And
recognised that was a pedigree.
Must have been,
in a hip hop game, and that was an opportunity there.
I find it weird looking at it that way, but like, so I look at it as see what
kind of. Dodgy seed, so yeah, I think that's right. You know what I mean?
So I remember just like I said, if you just want to record, I've got set up there because I had to set up at the house and stuff, and sent over a couple of beats. So it was just more about I like to encourage folk. Like I was saying before, if you see something good, then tell them to keep going, or try and encourage them to do it. And that's how you've kind of I've met up with a lot of people and maintained sort of friendships that way, because like you try and just encourage them to do what you want to do, and like you don't say we're at the piss, but you try and give them like the canvases and you give them your time and you give them what you want to do. So it is like your time essentially. But if that's what you're enjoying doing,
do you ever feel like you're an unsung hero sometimes?
You know, I'll say no.
Okay.
But I'd say it was Becca that pointed out once. She said,
is nodding his head. You know what I mean?
Becca had pointed out once that I was at a low point, and she said, look, you bring a lot of people together. Yeah. And I said, well, I didn't really look at that. There was a lot of people that had kind of brought into doing stuff and kind of not gave him here on you go or like a beat or whatever, but you'd gave him a pat in the back and go like keep going or like that kind of thing's just sometimes enough for people. Do you know what I mean?
Somebody believes in somebody, because that's a powerful thing.
Yeah, exactly, and it's especially in like maybe hip hop and in Scotland in general, it's quite a
in
rare
Scotland
thing.
in general, it's a rare thing for somebody to say, you know what, that's pretty decent what you've got there.
Yeah,
keep
someone's going to be more.
Man, or,
Aye,
yeah, whatever.
They're going to be quicker to put you down now, I think, rather than admit that okay, keep going and sort of build a scene. I'd like to see it when they came back for the forum. It was always a small thing. I wanted to see it kind of bigger, but then
it's bigger now.
I know maybe that's not what I wanted, but
let's talk about the scene in the now. Okay. Tell me your thoughts on it.
I'm a bit out of touch.
Okay.
If I'm honest, because I'm not on Facebook.
You know
as
what? You know
much.
it's sending season right now.
Aye,
you know that.
It seems to be.
Okay, you've heard that. Okay.
Aye, I've seen it in the air. Like it just seems to be like something's happening in America. It's time to copy it.
Yeah. Seems like that. Yep.
But it's everyone wants to be their diss rappers, and it's.
I guess it's a sport of hip hop, isn't it? And it is competitive, but it's fucking boring as fuck, man. Yeah,
it's boring when it starts to translate over here, and you're just like it was fun over there. There was like good, like seeing sort of grown men getting really pissed off at each other and trying to cause a bit of drama.
The best thing they can do in a battle, right, is make a shit hot fucking song, man. But an actual song.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's true. I remember I get fed up with diss tracks and I banned them in the studio.
It's good policy. I don't think I've done many of them. I don't think I've done many of them. I mean, just what about the Freestyle Master that we won't talk about right now. Years ago, but maybe we won't talk about that.
No.
Oh.
Okay, we'll leave that one.
I'm going to play a wee song right now. This is one that you made with AMAC and Subs, called, I can't remember, Don't. You'll hear it in a second. You'll tell me if to smoke.
Let's see.
Tell us about this track.
Let's see what it is.
Let me turn it up.
That was you, Mac, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Still don't care.
Still don't.
Yeah, this was when they were coming up and sort of recording. Wasn't it your first stuff? It was going to be Mac's solo, like you said, aye.
Okay, let me run this back then so the people can hear it right.
Man, they say I'm fucking different, but I really don't care. Looking in the mirror while I'm shaving off my own hair. How you think I got looking so fresh? I eat straight for the chippy and I rock a tight set. So tell your best friend, my dick can conquer anything. Young and fucking hunging, not forking out in wedding rings. Got a settlement when we get together. I can separate your legs until your face is getting redder. I'm a weed head, I've heard it. Not a fucking helmet, like to play computer, but your blood sure prefers it. Your dick's so small you can't penetrate our cervix. Dicks in demolition mode, I'm out to fucking kill shit up. So it's my name she's saying. I don't fuck around with anyone, but my mind is saying that the game she is playing got no hesitation on smashing or blatant. Then laugh while you're raging. This is my generation, I ain't stopping for no bitch. List of 5 girls that I know got the whole stitch. You can call me Mr. Loch Ness. Out here fucking bitches cause I know they want sex. And these groupies, man, with everything of the past, you get like 5 sluts before you ever meet some class. I met a girl, man, she had the body of an hourglass. Revealed the face that looked like Jason in a hockey mask. Man, I've got to ask what's with the scouse brow. Shaving off your eyebrows just to look like some cow off the telly. I hate to fucking tell you, it's all a load of shit and so are all your fucking selfies. I'm just raising awareness that these bitches look disgusting without the gift of cosmetics. Just keep it on and stop taking pictures cause the size of your spot stops my penis getting stiff.
Sick as you come, dicking bitches for fun. I'm screaming anything I want, I'm like an anarchist son. Sell a ticket to a gig to let you come and watch me fuck your mum. I'm fucked up in the head but not enough they want to see her come. Get it, I wrecked it, sending out a death wish. Used to be a normal guy, now I'm getting stressed with Tetris. Clock you out with multicoloured senses, jumping over fences, you're blind without your lenses. My name's subconscious, I'll see you on the flip side. Max back, you left the bitches to the one side. Last right, that's right, kicking through your plant life. Many bitches do I have to fuck before I meet nice. Eager to beaver, my fingers make a pussy wet. You think you're fucking gorgeous, but I think you really need a vet. Passed about so much, you've forgotten how to close your legs. It needs a dress, you need a dress to hide the fucking fucking mess. I might not be the prettiest, at least I can admit it. Helicopter with my cock out, you'll be begging just to kiss it. In my head I'm about to rip it, when I'm gone you'll miss it. Keep throwing you away, so take the hint and learn your lesson.
Man, they say we're fucking different but we really don't care. Looking in the mirror while we're shaving off our own hair. How you think we got looking so fresh? I eat straight for the chippy and I rock a tight set. So tell your best friend, my dick can conquer anything. Young and fucking young and not flocking out in wedding rings. Got a settlement when we get together. I can separate your legs until your face is getting red. Death to the beat.
I was marching through the flames back when Atlas was in chains. Cunts patrolled my road, came way at Kurt Cobain. And so we no shame, I lived up to my code name. Always landed on my feet to dance on cocaine. Name our hair bands, cause knew it's all about the Pearl Jam. Not our cell tans, we'll cut 'em grams in their sweaty palms. Did a damn, I'm in the land of the heavy clans. Wrestling bands with scary tans down their navy pants. Any chance they got to go and it was happening. Back in the day when there was still showmanship in the rapping then back when artists had the passion to scrap. And cunts would travel up with tune to put their gang on the map. I mind a Friday sitting fire while I sat on the curb. Headed in my mate's gaff to get a swatch of the world. Danny Bear, mate. Now that was a bird. Hated gigs, but man, that was my club. Had the bear goss and the hair boss, just a fringe, no. Bent the cap corners when that club I was in, bro. The scheme was the silver screen, life was the hit show. Up in Nick's close, puffing soap, watching tits grow. For Brit pop to hip hop, the hits flocked. We would switch off and get lost in disc jocks. Mimic big dogs that crip walked in sick rock. Let's Slipknot, TikTok. We were young and free and full of thuggery. Timbies, Levi's and Burberry. That was us, committing dirty deeds as kids. Sorted for ease and whiz. But nowadays it's a shame, right? A lot of shite, it's all the same, right? A lot of shite, it's a shame I said right. I said a lot of shite, it's all the same, right? What a lot of fucking shite, it's a shame, right? A lot of shite, it's all the same, right? A lot of shite, it's a shame I said right. I said a lot of shite, it's all the same, right? What a lot of fucking shite.
Born to spit rhymes, not grip nines, but still I listened in. Like the constellations and bright stars kept listening. Couldn't leave it alone, too young, I was missing in the 90s. But still good enough for me to listen in. Sitting man Havana with havoc in my heat. I repeated prodigy, still can't believe he's deed. Fuck a chat popper, I need realness to feed. Trusty Buster in the Leah to give me what I need. Call it a moan, but when I think about them days my mind roams back to simpler times, skits and rhymes, Nokia phones. I just missed the 90s, hitting high school to be fair. But still I would rock all the clothes they would wear. Cute bows in my hair at left eye. And I guess I cared more about my music and weed than all them guys. I couldn't settle for anything other than getting lost and getting down in my 90s wonderland. Now cut back to a stitch in time. Add the 0 and then add the 9. Backwards go reverse that line. The old school, the 90s, what a time, man, what a fucking time. I said, cut back to a stitch in time. Add the 0 and then add the 9. Backwards go reverse that line. The old school, the 90s, what a time, man, what a fucking time. But it's a shame, right? A lot of shite, it's all the same, right? A lot of shite, it's a shame. I said right, I said a lot of shite, it's all the same, right? What a lot of fucking shite, it's a shame, right? A lot of shite, it's all the same, right? A lot of shite, it's a shame. I said right, I said a lot of shite, it's all the same, right? What a lot of fucking shite.
Back up here with Mr. Toni fucking Smoke. How come they call you that, man?
I don't know, it just happened. That was a kind of shout that people started doing. Yeah,
man.
That was quite prevalent for a while.
It's still prevalent, mate. I always say it. I keep it alive, man. I do keep it alive. And that's love, man. So, Mr. Smoke.
Yes.
Let's talk about a couple other things right now, right? A couple other important things right now. What do you prefer, making the music or performing it out there?
Just now, after it's been festival season, I've loved just playing out this year.
Okay, cool.
That's been really fun, especially doing stuff with like Darren Loki, and then
sure.
Going out with doing stuff with Brian, getting abroad. So this year's been fun for the adventure side of it.
Excellent. What's happening with your projects in the future? Do you have anything coming up, or are you just kind of focusing on getting the Well, you tell me.
Well, it's time to get back in the studio. Start getting some beats. After I was saying this stuff that I've been doing this year, I need to strike while there's opportunities there and doing it. So I've got a few hookups with different folk we're doing from America, down south.
Okay.
I've got a guy, Franz Vaughan, I've been chatting to. He's quite a good MC. So he's down Sheffield way. I've got a couple of things with him. Got stuff coming with physics. I've got stuff, another mixtape, the one that me and Brian done, I was telling you about years ago. We're making a second one.
Okay, awesome.
So
awesome,
we're just going to actually do the sort of mixtape idea with it again.
Something you'll record out in Europe.
Yes, in Europe.
We can say that because we'll be out of Europe soon. I know that I'm better or anything like that.
I've not even got a clue what's going on with that. I
don't.
think
We won't go there because I'll rant about it.
No, let's leave that.
Yeah.
So we're going out to record stuff with Brian. We've got stuff with Subs coming up. We've got stuff. God, there's a few other folk, but it's just I've got a lot of influx of folk wanting stuff. So right now I'm just at the point going, right, I need to go and
do the right things.
I need to go and write and do the right opportunities with it. So, but I've got to do a bit of work. I need to go back and get my head back in the beat lab. So that's kind of happening just now. So yeah, it's just I think winter time coming in. It's always festival season's over. So
it's time to get back in the lab. Yep.
Yeah, I've still got my shorts on, so I'm not giving up. Davey as well.
I see that. I think
Summer crew.
He's a heavy optimistic.
No, we're just stubborn.
Okay. Wardrobe malfunction. I've got a couple more questions I'm going to ask Toni Smoke before we wrap this up tonight. But if anybody's got anything they want to ask but we've not spoken about, leave a comment right now. Any questions for Mr. Smoke?
Yep, askmeanything.com.
Okay, now Mr. Smoke.
Yes.
Who is your sort of influences when it comes to the producers, hip hop wise?
Oh wow.
What does make you go oof?
Make me go oof?
Yeah.
It could be anything that I hear. Sort of.
Okay.
Producer wise, there's a lot of the stuff that's coming out now, which I don't actually know who's produced it.
Okay.
But see, a lot of the stuff that Token's been bringing out.
Okay.
See his beat style and the way that they're. There's just something about his beats that are really sort of skippy and they're not like a lot of other typical hip hop beats. I'm enjoying that. I've kind of lost a lot with this trap thing. I think.
Is that what would you think of trap? Is that not your thing, or is that something you can get down with, or is it no?
I don't think it suits Scotland as much. I think as much as it should. I don't know. I just something about it I don't like, and I've always had that aspect. But I always find myself trying to make a couple of the beats and then start working on the hi hat line. I'm just like, I can't be arsed with this because it's like this.
The fast hi hats are getting a wee bit boring.
Yeah, they're
getting a little bit played. I can't lie, but MCs want them still.
I know.
And this is catch-22 for being a producer.
I know.
They're trying to do something fresh and doing different, but
when I sit down,
the style of hip-hop
is
what MCs want, and they want to sound like...
My head's still
sadly, they want to sound like the next MC most of the time.
So I want to try and make some, but I've struggled over the years trying to find people that can spit in drum and bass, because that's one of the things I want to have, is like I want to have people actually spitting bars, good bars on some drum and bass tracks, and then incorporate that into a set. I've always tried to... Any album that I've brought out with sort of like case of that, you'll find the last track's always a drum and bass mix of one of the things, because I've always tried to do that. Thought, I like the element of like people spitting on it good when I used to listen to drum and bass years ago.
And I've got one in the crates for tonight. I don't know if I've got time, but
if I've got time, maybe
there was one there in the crates.
But I've found there's more because of this kind of trap style. People have found it easier to rap on those sort of tempo beats. And then essentially a lot of these things are half tempoed for drum and bass into things. So once they can now spit on that style beat, it's easier for them to now spit in drum and bass for some reason, because they're writing their flows different the way they write their bars. But I want to do a bit of drum and bass with a few folk. I want to just bring back and keep the style of beats that I've always kind of brought out. I'm not going to sort of change it just because other folk are doing it. So, but I'd like to try and incorporate. I like some of the styles and the tempos, the bass lines of them, but I want to do something different with it.
You played some nice stuff on Wednesday at Butter. Was that some of your stuff?
There was some new.
Okay, some of that was heavy, nice, man. And it was and it was progressive sounding.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Aye, because I was saying I do a lot of drum and bass production, so sometimes you'll sit down and start working a hip hop track, which will turn into a drum and bass track, or vice versa.
Okay.
So like sometimes you might hit a right bass note, you're going right, and you're looking at a drum and bass thing that's turned into a hip hop song, and it's worked out being a really abstract kind of progressive sounding bass line in the back with the elements of a hip hop track. So it's it's almost a bit uneasy until you've heard it a few times.
Okay.
So
I'm still waiting for a few questions, right, for people, but I've got another couple, right? A couple of geeky ones, right?
Okay, nice.
Not so nice, maybe. labelling tracks. I think I've spoken about this. On the podcast as well. But do you track? If you're making a beat, would you call it beat 14, beat 99?
Well, one of the annoying things with Studio One.
Or do you call it the acquiescence recorded moment, and then that gives the MC something to bounce off of?
No, it never works that way. Unless it was something like Mr. Writer, and I've set out and went, this is going to be that track. If not, and I've just sat down, I'm going to try and do something that could be like TS Wednesday 4 or something.
Okay.
Or like,
but then how do you remember what it is?
I know.
That's my problem.
And I do it all the time, and I annoy myself for doing it. And I remember it was coming up here, and you were saying I used to go through doing like planets or months.
And all that, that's right. And
I was like, that's a really good idea.
Boys' names and
but
cities.
then again,
I can tell you them all, man.
I know, but then when you open up Studio One, you're going to have to name the track before you start it.
Okay.
So if you go back and rename it, then you're creating a double file. So I'm always working on economy of like hard drive space as well. So like it's unless it's set out of something that I know exactly what I'm doing with that track. It could be anything. But then what I do to remember is I would bounce down a loop of that track into the folder and name it something that I would remember. So the actual name of the file is going to be different to the actual bounce track or the intermediate file to find it.
No, not a big question, right? I do this sometimes. Some MCs love it. Sometimes they get a wee bit of a shoulder shrug, right? They rap a song. They come over, they rap on your beat.
Mm-hmm.
They rapped it. They're happy with it.
Right.
Next time they hear the song, there's a whole different song there.
Yeah.
Do you ever do that?
Yeah.
What happens? What reactions do you get?
Usually quite good.
Okay.
I've not had many folk kind of hate anything that I've kind of added or sculpted around.
Surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually like, oh, that sounds different, and I've done it with a few tracks that people have done and come in with a beat, and I thought I could make a better beat.
If it's in you to make it better, then you're gonna make it better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're not gonna sit down and say, you know what, he rapped on that, must have liked it, but I can hear something different in that.
Yeah, it was the track me and Nick done, Lights Off. That was just on a kind of beat.
Are you looking at my computer?
I wasn't, generally was not. I can't actually see that far.
It's Lights Off and it's Toni Smoke remix.
Well, that's ironic. So that came about because I like to tune, but I thought I can do something different. I liked his bars at the start, and I wanted it to be a cappella. And I thought, have that a cappella and then have the drop.
Okay.
So I just started with just hit, and I made the sort of loop, then took all the elements out and just left that one noise. But Nitty had spat on the bars already, so he was already spatting a different beat, so I could kind of move this about and make it sound like he's better than he is. He spat on just this hi-hat for like the first 16 bars. No, he spat on the actual beat. Big shout to
Nitty for doing that as well.
Yeah. But I remember he was sitting there and we were just sitting in the studio, and I was like, listen to this. I think I was just in a really good mood, and I was like, right. I sat and made the beat in front of him, just sat and doing it. We were just sitting there having a bit of a session. Yeah, I like doing that. I like being able to flip a beat sometimes. Makes it more individual.
We need to play that track right now, I think.
Okay.
It's Serendipitous. Let's rock this.
Looking at the night with foresight in the morning, I'm killing these mates with no signs of stopping. It's life on the line with no kind of warning. Slipping hold tight inside of your coffin. Time on your side is like a broke clock. When a novice take you got stops you from talking. Observing the verdict that alter the doctrine. You worship the Lord when the sky is falling. Should have thought about that when you boarded the warship. Scope on the boss as he sits in his office. Pause for the thought but he walked and you lost. And the search is on and he's on to a promise. Safe in a ghost town known to be lawless. Stressed through your broke down resting in corners. Back to the wall where you hit your progress. Just can't stick till the steps accomplished. Head on a stake like a medal he polished. Heels on a chain like a bitty held Aldous. Feet on the chest is a beast of all. Just please in the times and a free for all. When the feast is on, gotta feed the offspring. Peace is lost when the beast of war sings. Beat them all, gotta seek the mosh pit. Flee with a skull if he's deemed a prophet. Preaching is done when you're needing to talk shit. Priest with a gun, then he's gotta cock it. Fiend in the blood, did it demon the taunts him at the cost of danger. Knowing all along it was his Lord and Saviour. Hope for the lost souls lost as they are. Tracing the steps of a wandering stranger. Last man standing, I'm at them, ain't I? First and last out savage, ain't I? Pen in a pad and I'm up the paper. Test in the grade of the artist's nature. Jumps the horse with a cable enabling life in the veins of the angel. The pain shows ain't no way I'm a lay low. They know me as an angel. You don't know what that means, be careful. Means that's my field for the late to the gate. So trespass, test that fate, be faithful. Gamble your life and you seem ungrateful. You're the type to want peace on the side when the rhythm and you're dealing with a plate full. I'm in a strange mood and this ain't cool, but this may just be the way through. Finger in the system and insisting that I hate school. I won't even listen if you're dishing out the game rules. I'm not condition, I'm a kid in debate who? Fuck you and you. Relate now, but it's hopeless. Back to the rope, no emotion showing. Eyes glazed over, then overdosing. Embracing the shadow that starts to close in. Chained and shackled and held for a forfeit. I slay giants and cherished the moment. Came in silence and wrecked opponents. Underdog with a deadly component. Set to the test and I'm destined for this. Best of friends, only check for progress. I ain't slept since can't see my flaws is the reason he ain't got no respect for this. I ain't perfect, never claimed to be flawless. I excel when the hate is rawest. Make no mistake, I'm painfully honest. Grateful for days when it rains on my audience. Slave for applause, no escaping the noise is the reason I don't show face that I'm boys. I'm awake late to change fate through choice, but I still state of hip hop annoys me. Maybe I just came along and changed the policy. Over the thoughts that you fraudulent wannabes. Sold hard tars that I knew breed the softies. The message is gone and you're ripping the posties. Rip if it's raw front man in my squad. Bet that it's on and you're testing my spot. I'll be heading him all of his death that he wanted. And I edge in the wall a collection of points like a high score. I know there's no reward. Could be playing blindfold in the dark with a sword. Lights out, heads off. Heads off. What? Shadow.
Nice flow on this, still sounds nice. Lights off, Toni Smoke.
Lights off.
How old's that song?
It was about 2014, 15 maybe. Yeah, I'd say at least 4 years old, yeah.
Got a question from Becca. She says, it might relate to this, she says, big shout out to Becca. She says,
hey Becca,
what's your favourite remix you've done?
You just set this up, Becca, haven't you?
Tell me.
Favourite remix that I've done? As far as like putting one out with like on an album with tracks that I've done, it would be the one with Becca, the Footprints one, drum bass mix we made of that. Case hated it because he didn't like you spitting over it, but I really liked it, and folk always kind of enjoyed that. I'd say some of the ones I've done recently, there's a couple on my SoundCloud. I've done this mix of Wu-Tang over this sort of like breakbeat.
You find that's quite a cool way to still get creative, just build something then or put an acapella around it. Do you start with acapulco or do you start with
well, it depends if it's that one I was saying with the it's got to start with acapella. You've got to kind of get tempo.
Can we call it acapulcos? Because that's what I call them.
Yeah, we'll go down to acapulcos. So we start with acapulco and make sure you've got the right sort of BPM, and then you're either going to go up speed, sort of move stuff about. That was probably one of my favourite because you got to play it out in Radio 1 as well, get to hear like your first drum and bass tune, and that was cool.
Nice.
And
nice.
Footprints, what other remix we've done? All the ones we've done that's actually God, that was remixed M82.
Yeah, that was a cool tune. Was that Get Up and Go or something? Was that called?
Mm-hmm.
Did I name that 100% correct there?
You did.
I can ask, man.
I think you did, mate, aye. Didn't get Acapulco's, but we got that.
Okay.
Well, that was just like one that we'd kind of done for festivals. It was just like the XX beat.
Okay.
And we just basically kind of edited the beat and put more kick and snares over it.
Yeah. Cool. That's cool. It's a good tactic, that, just grabbing something that's different from your genre and putting a little bit of your genre on it. And
you're not trying to oversaturate it. You're just trying to make it more friendly for like a hip hop or a set or something like that, I suppose, because like you've got to have a sort of same velocities and same sort of energy there for the tracks. True. Becca, you've stumped me because I can't remember any more remixes that I've kind of done which I could kind of enjoy, or
I'm sure I'll come to you later on.
But I'll come to you later on.
Becca Starr, who is coming up here next week to chat, and she'll probably tell us what that remix is.
Good. Becca, that's on you, right? You come up and I'll ask you what's your favourite remix I've done. Okay.
Toni Smoke, I'll kind of run out of time here, my bro. Amazing. We could chat all night and we could play music all night as well.
Yeah, man.
Unfortunately, we can't because real life gets in the way.
It does.
It's good to see you again, man.
Yeah, thanks very much for having me up, man. Big up yourself, man, for everything you're doing.
Anytime, man. You know. This is a thing, man, about the rap thing. We're all kind of kill each other, really.
Aye, man.
Mostly, you know what I mean?
We've been there long enough, man. It would be kind of a shame if we weren't.
Exactly.
So, can I just give a shout out to a few things coming up?
Do it, please.
I've got a gig this Saturday up in Aberdeen, playing up with Physics. Jackal's got us coming up, so if anyone up in Aberdeen's listening,
big shout to the Jackal. I'm going to be doing
Saturday,
some stuff with the Jackal in the new year in terms of stuff.
Yeah, I was speaking to him as well. He's wanting a couple of beats, so I'm going to see him about that. So that's this Saturday up in Aberdeen. We've got an event coming up with Fake Apparel in November 25th.
That's St Luke's.
That's at St Luke's, yeah. It's going to be billed. It's going to be quite a few acts playing. There's going to be sort of a skate jam going on, competition. So if there's any skaters out there want to come, show your skills,
that'll be awesome. That'll be awesome. Seeing the skate jam inside.
I think it's going to be good because they're putting a lot of work into it, and yeah, it's hopefully be like the old ones. So give that a shout out if anyone's looking for tickets. Hit them up on the website or hit up myself.
Okay.
Anyone's looking for beats coming up, I'm going to be busy with that. So, yep, get in touch with me if you'd like to work with me.
Keep busy, Mr. Small. Let me plug a couple of things. On this Saturday, Get your tickets for the Barlands, Musicians Against Homelessness, myself, Steg G, the Freestyle Master, Becky Wallace, Loki, Mickey Nines, lots of people.
Big night.
It's only a tenner. It's only a tenner, and it's a Barlands, so make sure you're part of that. And Butter, every Wednesday in McKill's. Come along, say hello. Go and check out some of that hippity hop, rappity rap. You might even see these boys here there. Well, maybe no subs though. Mr. Smoke, thanks again, my bro. We're going to finish with one of your tracks right now. It's actually another subs track, so you can't say I'm hating that much. Hating a bit though. Dead Sounds featuring Q Riot and Monster.
Monster? Oh yeah, this as well.
This one, I remember it for the live shows. Yeah, man. Tell us about this track, Mr. Smoke.
This was when kind of Dead Sounds had everyone about it. We did like Q Riot, you had like Mac.
This track said it's featuring Q Riot though.
Featuring?
For some reason.
Don't know what it was.
Because it was released just before Q actually joined Dead Sounds.
Oh, there we go.
Q officially became part of Dead Sounds.
So Q wasn't part of it at this point.
Okay. Shut him up, will you?
Aye.
It's Toni Smoke's night tonight.
So this was
I appreciate it, man.
This is some of the boys. It was one of the good tracks that they'd done as well. It was quite good live, like you're saying. It's quite a memorable one. I'd done a drum bass mix this as well, and I think they sounded quite good over a drum bass flow. But I remember playing back to them, I was like, "Go spit it now," and they found it difficult, although it's just the same tempo.
Okay, we're gonna rock out with this tonight. Thank you for checking the podcast. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube, and we'll catch you all later. Big shout out to my man, Mr. Smoke.
Peace out.
Q Riot, A-Mac, Subconscious. I'm a motherfucking monster. Ambition, every bit that I'm spitting. If the hip hop is a vision, then I hope you really listen. Never forgiving the art of rap is like my heaven. I'm a menace to society, a nightmare with a mission. So listen kids, it's Louis Pisses on your innocence. We monsters of the mic, human victims of an ignorance. Listen to the words, all you hear is pure intelligence. It's elegant, how I can drop bars so significant. I don't care for the struggles that I'm living with. I'm sick of all these silly kids. I call you pussies, but you've never seen a clitoris. So give up on the rap, forget about your written kill. The wrong side of the track is where I'm living in. Never stand alone, I'm the one who's never given in. Representing veterans, aggressive but intelligent. Just a little taster of the city that I'm repping in. I'm a motherfucking monster.
Yeah, I'm a motherfucking monster. Yeah, I'm a motherfucking monster. Yeah, you know my crew, oh yeah, I'm sipping on a monster. I put the right a stomper that you know will fucking haunt ya. This shit's sick, can't be drinking on a Foster's while slaying these imposters. My name's up on the roster. I smash the set, cause you know we be running it. If there's weed in the HQ, then Dead Sounds are smoking. Grab a drink and get the pennies and bars. Not the ones about the bitches and convertible cars. Or the ones that be running inside your head for the start. And if you spit it right, then maybe you could go far. We started 6 months ago and look where we are. True ambition to the heart, to the drum, to the stars. I've got a couple of bars, I'm a set course for Mars. The way that I be going, I'm a blast past your bars. You're full shit, I ain't giving a barge. There's so many whack MCs, cause I'm a motherfucking monster. Yeah, I'm a motherfucking yeah, I'm a motherfucking monster. Here just to fucking tell you. I break my shoulders with the weight of boulders. You're not a person of the people if you're hidden and your face is closer. An introduction to an up-and-coming stage controller. This is only the beginning of Glasgow taking over. And if attitude is altitude, my nose bleeds. Killing any track that I'm giving to proceed on. Looking below, I see the archons and pros. And whether the sun shines, it's still hot and cold. Never in your fucking wildest dreams you thought I'd know. But no abilities in me just to talk rap flows. I'm from Glasgow, when we're living in Drum Chapel. The answers to past questions have been unraveled. I came to make my presence known. My great escape was set in stone. My brain was changed from day to day, but I made a change. I'm taking blows. Thought timing was impossible, but gradually it came. So I'll be climbing any obstacle that's landed on my plate. I'm a monster, just living to prosper.
Any plans for the weekend, mate?
I keep cocaine and containers in the kitchen. I keep cocaine and containers in the kitchen. I keep cocaine and containers in the kitchen.